Scriptures on the tongue. Leviticus 19:16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Job 6:24 and 25. Teach me, and I will hold my tongue. Cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forceful are right words! But what does your arguing prove? Psalm 17:3. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalm 35:28. My tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Psalm 37:30. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. Psalm 101:5. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbour, him will I cut off. Psalm 141:3. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Proverbs 4:24. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Proverbs 10:11. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Proverbs 10:31. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. Proverbs 12:18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Proverbs 15:4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. Proverbs 15:7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish doeth not so. Proverbs 15:23. A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs 26:20-22. Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceaseth. As coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Proverbs 29:11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. Proverbs 29:20. Seest thou a man that is hasty in his words? There is more hope of a fool than of him. Ecclesiastes 3:7. A time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. Ecclesiastes 5:2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few. Ecclesiastes 10:12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. Isaiah 50:4. The Lord God hath given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. Matthew 12:34-37. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. Every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Matthew 15:11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. Ephesians 4:25. Therefore, putting away lying, let every one of you speak truth with his neighbour. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Colossians 3:8. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Colossians 4:6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. 2 Timothy 2:16-17. Shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, and their word will eat as doth a canker. 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. James 1:19. Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. James 1:26. If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is in vain. James 3:2-12. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn their whole body. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beasts, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith bless we God, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. Doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? Either a vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh.